The merchant ship Star Wanderer was quietly drifting through space. The crew was busy with their usual tasks, not worried about anything. The captain stood by the main window, watching the stars. Everything changed when the sensors started beeping. "Unknown ship detected," said the sensor officer, moving quickly on the control panel. "It's big. Really big." The captain hurried over, his antenna twitching with worry. The sensors showed a huge ship, unlike anything they had seen before. It had armor, weapon ports, and engines that made it clear. "It's a human warship," the captain whispered, his skin turning pale. Stories about human warships had spread throughout the galaxy. Humans were known for their powerful weapons, stealth tech, and relentless tactics. The massive ship, almost 3 times the size of the Star Wanderer, moved gracefully through space. Its dark hull absorbed starlight, and it had flashing lights that made it look intimidating. The name HSS Vigilant was written on its side, though no one on the merchant ship could read it. The communication officer reported, "Incoming transmission." The captain's voice shook as he ordered, "Answer it." On the screen, a calm-looking human appeared. "Merchant vessel, this is Captain Tom of the HSS Vigilant. We are conducting routine patrols. Please identify yourselves and state your purpose." The captain of the Star Wanderer tried to sound calm. "This is the trading vessel Star Wanderer. We're transporting supplies between colonies. We mean no harm." The human captain replied, "Understood. We would like to perform a standard scan of your ship. Please stay in position." The crew of the Star Wanderer started to panic. What kind of scan? What were the humans really after? The navigator accidentally activated the ship's weapons, which triggered warning lights. The Star Wanderer's defense cannon aimed at the Vigilant by mistake. The human captain's voice became sharp. "Power down your weapons immediately." "We didn't mean to," the merchant captain shouted, trying to explain. The ship's small cannon fired a harmless warning shot. But the Vigilant responded fast. It moved into an attack position, blocking the Star Wanderer's escape route. Weapons opened on the Vigilant, ready to destroy the smaller ship. The merchant crew feared they would be destroyed, but the human captain's voice came again, stern but calm. "Power down all systems except life support." The merchant captain did as ordered, watching in awe and fear. The human ship stayed in position, weapons ready but not firing. Maybe, the merchant captain thought, if they survived, they could learn something from these humans. The story of this encounter spread quickly. In Trading Post 7, alien traders gathered around screens, watching footage of the human ship. Diplomat Reed stood at the back, observing the crowd. As the Council's expert on humans, he had become very busy lately. "Look how it moves," whispered one merchant. "No ship that big should turn that quickly." "I heard their weapons can break any shield," said another. Reed carefully watched the footage. The Vigilant moved precisely, not like a crazy warrior but like a professional. Reed remembered the last time humans fought a powerful alien empire. The aliens thought they would easily win, but instead, they were shocked by how humans fought. Human ships hit hard, repaired themselves during battles, and used unexpected strategies. As more aliens spoke about humans, some shared stories of the human ships helping merchant ships in danger, giving them supplies and even repairing engines. Despite the fear, many showed reluctant admiration for the humans' power. At the station's main screen, an emergency meeting of the Galactic Council was being shown. Some council members argued that human warships were too dangerous to let roam freely. But others pointed out that human ships had reduced piracy by 60% in some sectors. Reed examined the recent sensor logs. He noticed something others hadn't. Human ships were appearing more often and were creating safe zones with regular patrol routes. They were becoming more predictable. A small trading ship docked at the station with fresh news. Things were changing quickly. 3 human spaceships flew silently through space. People were worried. A man named Reed realized the spaceships were patrolling between a trade route and a dangerous area. He thought humans weren't trying to conquer space, but protect trade. Just then, another human warship appeared. People wondered if it was a threat or a protector. Meanwhile, 6 pirate ships hid in an asteroid field, planning to attack a human colony ship. Their leader, Boss Red, thought it would be an easy target. The colony ship, New Horizon, carried thousands of sleeping colonists. Boss Red ordered his ships to attack. Suddenly, alarms blared on the pirate ships. A huge human warship, the Vigilant, appeared out of nowhere. 2 more human warships appeared too, trapping the pirates. The human captain, Tom, ordered the pirates to surrender. Boss Red's crew was scared. They had heard stories about how efficient the human military was. Boss Red wanted to fight, but the Vigilant's weapons were too powerful. One pirate ship tried to escape, but the Vigilant used a device to shut it down. Captain Tom warned them that the next time, they wouldn't be so gentle. The pirates surrendered. The colony ship continued its journey, unaware of the danger it had been in. The Vigilant's crew checked each pirate ship. Boss Red realized the human warships had not only trapped them, but also shielded the colony ship from any stray fire. News of the incident spread. Human warships had shown their power and their protectiveness. At a meeting of different space nations, Ambassador Mike defended the humans. Some delegates complained that human warships were everywhere, interfering with trade. Mike argued that they were protecting trade by stopping pirates. Some delegates worried about the power of the human warships. Mike explained that humans had learned to defend themselves after their colonies were attacked. He said they used their power to protect, not to conquer. Reed, another diplomat, agreed, saying the human patrols focused on protecting trade routes and colonies. A delegate asked why the humans used stealth technology. Mike replied that it was to surprise pirates. Suddenly, the meeting was interrupted. A huge fleet of unknown ships was approaching. They weren't responding to any signals. Ambassador Mike contacted Earth. He said the patrol ships would now show what they were really built for. The alien fleet attacked the human colony Blue Haven. But 6 human warships, including the Vigilant, were waiting. Captain Tom ordered his crew to protect the colony. The enemy ships attacked, but the human ships trapped them. The human warships fought back, destroying enemy ships. The colony residents watched in awe. Reed observed that the humans weren't just fighting, they were protecting the evacuation routes. The enemy tried to attack the colony's main dome, but the Vigilant blocked them, taking heavy damage. The Star Wanderer's captain, who was on the colony, realized the human warships were protecting them. The battle lasted for hours, but the humans won. The enemy retreated. News of the battle spread. Humans had shown they were a powerful protector. Captain Tom watched his crew help the colony citizens. His ship was damaged, but they were fixing it. He told Earth they'd need more help, as this was just the beginning. Down in the colony, kids pointed at the human warships. The ships that once scared their parents now made them feel safe and hopeful. At Trading Post 7, military officers from different species gathered to plan their defense. Captain Tom and Ambassador Mike worked together with their former critics. The Star Wanderer's captain, now an advisor, watched human officers teaching alien crews combat tactics. His own ship, like many others, had been upgraded with human shields. Captain Tom explained to the group that the enemy was predictable. He said human ships were strong, but alien ships were faster. He suggested they work together, humans as the teeth and claws and aliens as the eyes and ears. In space, human and alien engineers worked together to install warning systems and improve defenses. The Vigilant was being repaired, and its crew trained others. Reed watched a human technician teaching an alien crew how to use new sensors. The alien was now interested and respectful. Ambassador Mike addressed the Galactic Council. This time, there were no complaints. He outlined a joint defense plan. He said human warships would be the main defense, but they needed the aliens' knowledge of local space, faster ships, and trading vessels for supplies. He emphasized it was about everyone working together. The Star Wanderer was being upgraded. Its captain, who used to fear humans, now saw them as protectors. The human engineer explained the new shield system would give him a few minutes of full protection to warn others. Captain Tom received reports that the enemy was testing their defenses. But now, they faced a coordinated network. One report said the enemy attacked Trading Post 12 and found human warships and alien ships waiting. At the station, Mike and Reed watched ships from different species practicing together. Reed said it was amazing. A few months ago, people panicked at the sight of a human warship. Now, they were doing joint exercises. Mike said fear could turn into respect when people understood each other. The station's alert system went off. Another large enemy fleet was approaching. But this time, there was no panic. Crews acted quickly. Captain Tom watched as ships of all kinds gathered around his ship, ready to fight together. The final battle took place across 3 star systems. This time, the response was united. Human warships led the defense, working with hundreds of alien vessels. The Vigilant fought bravely. Alien scout ships disrupted the enemy, and human warships attacked their weak points. The Star Wanderer's captain, using his ship's new sensors, warned the Vigilant about an enemy attack. He was now part of a network of trading ships providing early warnings. At the council, Reed watched the battle. Mike noted how council members were impressed by the human tactics. One observed that the human ships were protecting everyone, not just themselves. The enemy started to lose. Their tactics didn't work against the combined forces. They were outmaneuvered. The enemy retreated. The combined forces had won. After the battle, Captain Tom received a request to escort a convoy of alien ships, the same ships that used to avoid him. He agreed. At the council, Mike accepted their thanks. The council leader said that the phrase human warship on the horizon used to cause fear, but now it brought hope. They recognized humans as guardians of peace. Trading Post 7 became a symbol of cooperation. Human engineers shared technology with aliens. The observation dome was full of people watching joint training exercises. In a busy space station dining hall, the Star Wanderer's captain ate with Captain Tom. Around them, humans and aliens chatted. The merchant captain chuckled, remembering how scared he was of human ships at first. Now, his crew complained if they didn't have human patrols. Tom laughed, saying his crew used to complain about escorting merchants, but now they were proud of it. Convoys now traveled safely through space once plagued by pirates, protected by human warships and alien craft working together. Diplomat Reed, in his final report, said humans built warships to protect peace, not to rule. The Vigilant patrolled, and alien children pointed excitedly at the ship that once terrified them, now a symbol of peace. In another part of space, the Star Wanderer's crew went about their business. Suddenly, the sensor operator announced a large, unknown ship. It was a human warship. The captain paled, remembering stories of human warfare. The ship, the Vigilant, was huge and imposing. The communication officer announced an incoming transmission. The captain hesitated, then decided to answer, not wanting to appear hostile. The screen showed Captain Tom. He asked the Star Wanderer to identify itself and state its purpose. The Star Wanderer's captain nervously explained they were carrying supplies. Tom requested a scan. The Star Wanderer's crew panicked. What were the humans looking for? The navigator accidentally activated the ship's weapon system. Warning lights flashed. Tom's voice turned sharp, ordering them to power down weapons. The Star Wanderer's captain apologized, explaining it was an accident. A small energy pulse from their cannon hit the Vigilant's shields harmlessly, but it was enough. The human warship moved into an attack position, blocking their escape. Other ships in the area picked up the confrontation. The Star Wanderer's crew waited in fear. But Tom ordered them to power down everything except life support. The captain complied, amazed that the human ship held its position, weapons ready but not firing. He wondered if they could learn something from these humans. News of the encounter spread quickly. The message was clear: if you saw a human warship, you'd better know what you were doing. At Trading Post 7, aliens watched footage of the Vigilant. Reed, the Galactic Council's expert on human behavior, was busy. The aliens worried about the human ships. One said the ship was too big to turn so quickly. Another said they had weapons that could destroy any shield. Reed watched carefully. The ship's movements were precise, controlled. He remembered the last conflict with humans. A powerful empire had attacked, expecting an easy win. Instead, human ships appeared out of nowhere, attacked with precision, and vanished. Their tactics were baffling. At the station, transport captains marked new routes, avoiding areas where human warships had been seen. One captain said their patrol zones were expanding. Reed asked if anyone had spoken to humans. One captain said his cousin's ship had been helped by a human warship after it was damaged. The humans had even given them extra supplies. But, he added, his cousin was scared of their weapons. More stories emerged. Humans defending a colony from raiders, escorting a damaged transport. Each story mixed fear and admiration. The Galactic Council debated the human presence. Some said they were too dangerous. Others pointed out that piracy had decreased significantly. The vast expanse of space held a silent tension. 3 human warships, sleek and imposing, moved in a tight formation, their presence a subtle tremor in the cosmic stillness. Reed, a diplomat from a crystalline species, observed their movements, a growing unease in his heart. These warships, symbols of human power, patrolled a vital trade route, a silent promise of security. But were they truly protectors, or a looming threat? The question echoed in the crowded council chamber, where representatives from 30 different species debated the human problem. Ambassador Mike, Earth's representative, stood firm against the accusations. "Our warships are not instruments of aggression," he declared, his voice resonating with conviction. "They are shields against the chaos that lurks in the shadows of space." He spoke of piracy, a scourge that had plagued the galaxy for centuries. Since the arrival of human patrols, attacks had plummeted by 70%. "We are not interfering with trade," Mike insisted. "We are safeguarding it." Yet, doubts lingered. The warship's stealth technology, their overwhelming power, these fueled suspicion. "Why the secrecy if their intentions are pure?" demanded a delegate. Mike countered, "Would you prefer we announce our presence to every pirate and raider?" The element of surprise was their greatest weapon, a deterrent against those who preyed on the vulnerable. As the debate raged, a chilling message arrived. An unknown armada, vast and menacing, was approaching. Panic seized the chamber. But Mike's voice cut through the fear. "These patrol ships you question," he said, "are about to show you their true purpose." The alien fleet descended like a swarm of locusts, their dark ships blotting out the stars. Blue Haven, a peaceful colony, was their target. But waiting for them were the Vigilant and 5 other human warships. Captain Tom, at the helm of the Vigilant, issued the order, "All hands to battle stations. Protect the colony at all costs." The battle was fierce, a clash of technologies and strategies. The human warships, outnumbered but not outmatched, moved with deadly precision, their weapons striking with devastating force. They were not just fighting, they were shielding the colony, ensuring the safe evacuation of its inhabitants. Reed, witnessing the battle from the colony surface, felt a profound shift in his understanding. These weren't just weapons of war, they were guardians, standing between the innocent and the abyss. The enemy fleet, overwhelmed by the human warship's resilience and tactical brilliance, retreated in disarray. News of the battle spread like wildfire, carrying a clear message. Humanity's warships were a force to be reckoned with, but only by those who threatened the peace they defended. In the aftermath, the Galactic Council underwent a transformation. The fear that had once surrounded human warships began to dissipate, replaced by a grudging respect, then a cautious trust. Mike, no longer defending humanity's actions, accepted the Council's thanks. Human warships, the Council leader proclaimed, once a symbol of fear, now represent hope. We recognize them as guardians of peace in our shared space. Trading Post 7, once a hub of suspicion, became a symbol of cooperation. Human engineers worked alongside alien technicians, sharing knowledge and technology. Joint training exercises filled the observation dome, where humans and aliens learned to fight as one. The Star Wanderer's captain, who had once trembled at the sight of the Vigilant, now shared a meal with Captain Tom. "I still remember how terrified I was," he admitted, a hint of amusement in his voice. "Now, my crew complains if we don't have human patrols." Tom chuckled. "And my crew used to grumble about babysitting merchants. Now, it's a point of pride." In the vastness of space, convoys moved without fear, protected by human warships and alien escorts, a testament to their combined strength. Reed, in his final report, captured the essence of the transformation. Humans built their warships because they understood a simple truth: real peace must be protected. They never sought to rule, they sought to safeguard. As the Vigilant patrolled the outer rim, its crew saw alien children pressed against the viewport windows, their faces filled with wonder, not fear. The ship that had once inspired terror now represented something far more powerful: the promise of peace, earned through understanding and trust. The story had come full circle. Humanity, once viewed with suspicion and apprehension, had proven itself to be a protector, a shield against the darkness. Their warships, symbols of power, had become beacons of hope, illuminating the path towards a shared future of peace and security. The galaxy had learned a valuable lesson. True strength lies not just in power, but in how it is used. And humanity had chosen to use theirs to protect, to serve, to ensure that peace, however fragile, would prevail.